find out that it simply doesn't exist. And I'm getting fed up with it. I don't know about you, but I want my liberties. I get a little taste of it every now and then I get pushed down. And I don't know about you, but I'm getting fed up with that. They want to take all my money. They want to tax my properties. They're increasing it. They've doubled this story that they will give you on TV, the news. They've doubled the assessment of property. So they can tax you twice as much in the space of 2 or 3 years, is it? It's been doubled. And some of it from 1 year to the next. And now it's a real big problem that the tax assessor, I guess she's in trouble. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. But they say once they make the assessment, they can't change it for 5 years.
Bill,
How is that?
The Secretary of Treasury made a statement that we really need to understand. He said Congress gave him the right to do what they're doing with the 90% and all that stuff.
No.
And that is absolutely against the Constitution. They cannot give permission to do that.
We're going to talk a little bit about that if I ever get into our little study this evening, because you cannot abrogate rights by passing legislation. That is absolutely wrong. That is against the law, because what was the point of the Constitution? What was the point of the Revolution that gave us our liberty if we wrote a Constitution where they could just take it away by passing legislation? The legislation, the Constitution, was to keep them from passing legislation that would take our rights. That was the whole point of it. So if they can write a law that just arbitrarily takes away our liberty because they pass legislation, what are we? Slaves. Well, yeah, there's no question about it. No question at all. If they can tell you what you can and can't do, what liberties you don't and don't have, what are you? You certainly are free. And the whole concept that we've got in our front, we have been so brainwashed over the years that we shouldn't rock the boat, we can't fight City Hall. All this stuff that keeps us down, all this stuff that keeps us divided, is for a purpose. Because they know what's in these pages. If we ever really find out what's in these pages and we decide we're going to assert that, they're in trouble. And that's the problem, you see. We never really experienced liberty, so we don't know what we're missing. Even in this 1971 version of the Constitution of the State of North Carolina, it says, we hold it to be self-evident that all persons, does that include you? Okay, you got to be careful with the word persons, are created equal, that they are endowed by the Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, enjoyment of the fruits of their own labor, and the pursuit of happiness. Man, that covers everything that I can think of. Pursuit of happiness, what is that? That means you can do whatever makes you happy, as long as it doesn't infringe on someone else's life or property. And you can't be restricted. That's called a right. What is that? What is a right? That means you can't be stopped from doing it. And you got the right to the enjoyment of the fruits of your own labor. What is that? That means they can't reach in your pocket and take some out whenever they want to. Now you can volunteer. It's up to you. I choose not to. Especially for the government that is presently operating. All political power is vested in and derived from the people. All government of right originates from the people. Who's the people?
We're the people.
Hey, we're the people. Is founded upon their will only. That's only. No one else's will. And is instituted solely for the good of the whole. I like this section 3. The people of this state have the inherent, sole, and exclusive right of regulating what? The internal government and police thereof, and of altering or abolishing their constitution and form of government whenever it may be necessary to the safety and happiness. Wow. Hey, that's us. Hey, we wrote this. Well, our forefathers wrote this. But they gave it to their posterity, which is us. Well, you can split hairs on this sort of thing here, our super posterity, or that sort of thing. But I'm claiming to be posterity. I'm claiming to be the people. That's the line. And whatever such right shall be exercised in pursuance of law and consistent with the Constitution of the United States. And that's what we're doing right here. We are exercising the right to freedom of assembly, petition our government, please redress our grievance if we deem it necessary, or even altering or abolishing our Constitution and form of government. You know that we can do that? We can do that. We're the people. That's us. You know what else? You know what else? You know what it says there? We're the only ones who can do it. It says, the people of this state have the inherent, better eyes than us, soul. We're the only ones that got it. An exclusive right. That means we're the only ones who can exercise it. We need to start exercising it. Don't you think? Don't you think it's time that we stood up and started exercising our rights? It's past time, absolutely. They are selling us down the tube. Just look around. 2.2 trillion Federal Reserve lent behind our backs, don't know where it went. The federal government has issued federal loans. You know where they get their money from? The same place. Federal Reserve. And they're up to what, 2.5 or 3 trillion now in all their bailouts. And if you haven't seen Alan Keyes really chew on Obama, you need to look that up. You seen that?
No, I got to know Alan Keyes, I said.
I like Alan Keyes.
He's a good bowler.
I like him. He just says what's on his mind, and he says it really well. I'm telling you what, if you haven't seen that, you need to look that up. Just go to YouTube and try to type in Alan Keyes. It's probably the first one that will come up. Obama's got to go or something like that, or the United States will cease to exist. That's the one you want. That's the one you want to look at. I mean to tell you, he choosing, like, if any white man did that, they would probably be thrown in jail for racism and all sorts of other accusations. Hate crimes almost, you know. I mean, but he's a black guy, and he just, you know, I don't think he could have said anything worse unless he started cussing. I mean, he just really chewed. And I like it.
Well, I like that he's the center of him is God. You can see that in his chewing knowledge.
Say again, I didn't hear you.
Alan Keyes obviously a believer. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard him speak on many occasions, and he definitely is. If he's not, he's putting up a good show. See, I guess that was all I had. I didn't get the numbers for those two fellows, Joe Hackney and Mark. I think it was Mark Bassnight. Need to get those phone numbers.
You guys need to Google them, yeah. You can Google.
Yeah, you need to get those, or you can go to the North Carolina legislature site. I'm sure they're on there. I went there to make sure that these folks were there, and of course they are, and they are the speaker and the pro tem. You need to call them. Now, they have not, when I called them, it was yesterday or the day before, they were talking, I think last night was circulating the petition for signatures. They hadn't completed it yet, so it's not on the site. I was hoping to have a copy of it. He said he was going to send me a copy, hard copy. I was hoping to have it tonight, but I didn't write it. I'll write tomorrow. But there's no copy other than in the legislature, and he's sending me one, and I want to see it. He said it was patterned after one from HCR 6 in New Hampshire. That's the best one out. I mean, that